So apparently the Astros are trying to build the next Avengers in their literal bullpen. They picked up Josh Hader to team up with Brian Abreu and Ryan Presley. Once the 7th inning comes around and you're facing the Astros and losing, you're going to stay losing because that 1-2-3 punch is unfair. We also have an update on the Angels. They just picked up a highly coveted free agent reliever as well. But before we talk about all of that, I do have to give an update on Wander Franco because Jeff Passan, in my opinion, just ended his career with this article. We have another update on Wander Franco, this time from Jeff Passan, and I think his career is officially over. The prosecutors released a nearly 600-page long document, and in that document, it was revealed that Wander Franco allegedly sent helicopters, ferries, and taxis to pick up the girl who lived almost 4 hours away. Wander Franco also allegedly gave the girl about 2.7 million pesos, about $50,000, to support herself until college. She bought an iPhone, an iPad, a school uniform, supplies, all that stuff, and then she deposited about $37,500 into a bank account, so it's very specific. And this is straight up psycho stuff. So during spring training, the girl allegedly started dating someone else, and Wander Franco said, "I would like you to forget everything you have learned to raise you my way." The girl said, "Your way," without love and respect. Wander Franco then said, "The girl only gets one more chance. She must only be for him. Don't look at anyone. I know you've been with someone else, but no one will know how to use you the way I want." What the actual... Also, I cannot believe that this is showing up again. So Jeff Passan wrote that Wander Franco did allegedly write in Spanish, "If my team realizes this, it could cause problems for me. I took the risk and I loved it." See ya, Wander. Goodbye. So let me know in the comments down below. Do you think that Wander Franco is cooked? Do you think that he's ever going to play in Major League Baseball ever again? And also, that clip came from my TikTok. Make sure you guys follow me over there because I'm not nay-naying or doing any dances. I just talk baseball. So let's talk about that record-breaking deal given out by the Astros to Josh Hader. He got a 5-year deal worth $95 million. And because the deal doesn't have any deferrals, it is the largest contract ever given to a relief pitcher. Edwin Díaz, he got a $102 million contract, but a lot of it was deferred, so I don't exactly know how it plays out. But yes, Josh Hader, technically on paper, is now the richest relief pitcher ever. Now, this is huge for the Astros because their offseason has not been very great, and then you compound that with the fact that they just lost Kendall Graveman for all of 2024. They needed to add some depth in that bullpen, and they got it, and maybe the best relief pitcher of the last decade. After completely imploding in 2022, I have no idea what happened because Josh Hader, to begin his career, he had ERAs of 2, 2.4, 2.6, 3.7, 1.2, and then all of a sudden a 5.2 ERA in 2022. He was still disgusting, but he fixed himself in 2023. He was back to being an all-star and probably the best relief pitcher in baseball. He had a 1.28 ERA in 2023 with 33 saves, and in 56 innings, he racked up 85 strikeouts. For his career, he has a 15 strikeouts per 9. And the reason why I bring that up is because the Astros, they led baseball in terms of their bullpen in strikeouts per 9, and now they're getting maybe the best strikeout artist in all of baseball, up there with Edwin Díaz, Felix Bautista, Aroldis Chapman, guys like that. Josh Hader is not someone you want to face, but also Josh Hader is someone that doesn't really take the challenge all that often. You might be thinking to yourself, Fuzzy, what are you talking about? He doesn't take the challenge. He's one of the best closers in baseball. Obviously, he's taking the challenge. Well, actually, that's not true. He will not accept the challenge of trying to get more than 3 outs. He's only going to go 1 inning, and I can prove that. So to end last season, the Padres and the Giants were facing off, and there was a lot at stake because the Padres, they caught fire. They were trying to make the playoffs, and again, they were facing the Giants, so it's a big-time rivalry matchup. The Giants ran out of right-handed bench bats, so they could only bring in lefty Michael Conforto. There was 2 outs in the inning. Bob Melvin, the then manager of the Padres, he phoned to the bullpen. He said, "Hey, Josh, I know you don't go 4 outs, but can you please come in and face Michael Conforto?" You guys know what happened next. Josh Hader, he said, "No, I am not going to do that." I don't know if it's just because he's not comfortable going more than 1 inning or the fact that he knew he was an up-and-coming free agent. He wanted to get his bag, which I understand. And if you guys want some proof, Josh Hader has not gone more than 1 inning in almost 4 years. The last time he went an inning and a third was back on August 14th of the shortened season, way back in 2020. And that's a big time stain on Josh Hader's resume, although I do understand why he wasn't going to come in because he hasn't done that in nearly 4 years. He's an up-and-coming free agent. The season is almost over. The last thing that he wants to do is put extra stress on that elbow because he hasn't done that in almost 4 years and then risk an injury going into a contract year. And in a funny twist of events, Bob Melvin is now the manager of the same team that Josh Hader refused to come in against, the Giants. So yeah, kind of a full circle moment. We all know how good Josh Hader is, but let's talk about the 1-2-3 punch of Bryan Abreu, Ryan Presley, and Josh Hader. Bryan Abreu and Ryan Presley were absolutely untouchable in the playoffs last year. Well, actually, that's kind of a lie because Bryan Abreu, he was taxed out of his mind, so he wasn't as good in the final series. But Presley, he's one of the best relief pitchers in postseason history. Check this out. Ryan Presley has pitched in nearly 45 innings of playoff baseball. He has a 2.2 ERA with 58 strikeouts in 44 innings. That's an 11.7 strikeouts per 9. And on top of that, he's only allowed 1 home run. That was back in the 2021 ALCS against the Red Sox. They won that series, so it didn't even really mean anything. But this dude has allowed 11 runs in 45 innings of postseason action. This dude is as good as it gets. It's just kind of crazy that the Astros are breaking the bank for Josh Hader, only to probably get swept by Luis Rengifo and the Angels. Obviously, I'm joking. I bring that joke up because it is a perfect segue into the next player, Robert Stephenson. If you have no idea who Robert Stephenson is, let me educate you on this man. By the way, shout out to my man, Jolly Olive, for breaking this story. Look at Jolly with the sources. Robert Stephenson is the definition of a journeyman from 2016 to 2022. He had some good seasons sprinkled in between some very, very horrifically bad seasons. From 16 to 22, he had a 4.9 ERA with a 4.8 FIP. So you're probably thinking, why is Robert Stephenson going to the Angels for a 3-year contract, even a story, Fuzzy? You're just kind of clickbaiting just to extend the video. No, Robert Stephenson to end 2023 was one of the nastiest relief pitchers in baseball, if not the nastiest. Robert Stephenson got traded from the Pirates to the Rays, and of course, what do the Rays do? They turn everyone that joins that pitching staff into a sorcerer supreme. They could turn you and I into an ace. In 38 innings, Robert Stephenson had a 2.35 ERA with a whopping 14.1 strikeouts per 9 and a tiny 2.45 FIP. That's because he had 60 strikeouts in 38 innings. Robert Stephenson, I don't know if he's going to be the Carlos Estevez replacement, but if Estevez does struggle like he did to end the season last year, Stevenson, he's going to be the guy because he got paid. Last but not least, I want to talk about the Cardinals picking up Matt Carpenter. And what's crazy about this is a few weeks ago, they picked up Lance Lynn, who began his career just like Matt Carpenter with the Cardinals. And fun fact for you guys, Matt Carpenter and Lance Lynn are the only 2 members left from the 2011 Cardinals World Series team. And now they're back on the Cardinals 13 years later in 2024. I thought that was pretty cool. Sometimes I forget just how good Matt Carpenter was when he was with the Cardinals. From 2012 to 2018, Matt Carpenter had a 275 batting average, a 377 on base percentage, and a combined 131 OPS plus over the course of 2012 to 2018. This man was a menace. Now, unfortunately, he really did fall off after 2018, and then he found the fountain of youth with the Yankees in 2022. He went off for 15 home runs in 47 games with a 216 OPS plus. Then he goes to the Padres in 2023 at 37 years old, and he was completely terrible. Well, I shouldn't really say that because he still had the eye of a god. He had a 322 on base percentage despite hitting 176. That's because he had 41 walks in 76 games. So he still has a fantastic eye. But that does it for today's recap. I really appreciate all the support even through this boring offseason. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.